Yes, this is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide, seen Down to Earth podcast with my brother Sean Myrie. We have a special guest today, and he is a hip hop veteran. You know what I mean? A family to the boot camp clique, and that's the one and only Ruste Juxx.
Yes,
No, man.
Respect.
Much respect.
Family, man.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to be here.
Man, I'm excited to be here.
I know my brother's excited to be here.
You know why? He knows why. He knows why. I'm
know.
a big fan of the boot camp clique. You know what I mean? And
No
anybody who's affiliated with them, I am a big fan. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Humongous. Because why? I used to collect the CDs and everything.
Everything.
From the Helter Skelter to Smith and Weston to OGC. All of them, man. You know what I mean? And then after, with you, your name always came up with them.
You know what? I have a question because I know you're originally from Crown Heights, right? Crown Heights?
Yeah.
How did you make that move to Brooklyn? Like just introduce yourself to the universe, to those who don't. You're born in Brooklyn. So what's okay? So it's the other way around. The Crown Heights situation. Like just introduce.
Crown Heights is Brooklyn.
Crown Heights is Brooklyn.
See, I don't even know. You know what? How they? You know what I mean? It's to say I don't know. We're coming from the 6. You get what I mean? Because they always say Brooklyn, and you don't hear about like Crown Heights.
Yeah, Crown Heights is another part of Brooklyn, like Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. It's another part of Brooklyn. Yeah.
I like how you explained that. That's like
I
down
would
here.
like to ask this question.
Wait, hold on.
No. It starts with the beginning.
Yeah.
How did you get the name Ruste Juxx?
I knew you wanted to ask that.
I think I had a few names, you know what I mean, growing up and shit. And then when I turned 16, I sat down and I just sat there and thought of, I'm gonna change my name to something raw, you know what I mean? Because this was my whole style, and it was Ruste Juxx, you know what I mean? And I left it like that for a few years, and then I just cut off the men. It was just like Ruste Juxx, like you stab somebody with a rusty blade, or you know what I mean? Or my neighborhood was known for robberies and shit. So it's like Ruste, Juxxmen too. You know what I mean? So that's what that whole thing was about.
I like how you explain it because when we were talking earlier about like Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy, Browns, like people just say Brooklyn. Why is that? Like, and that's like a different streets?
No, that's just a whole different area, a whole different part, a whole section of Brooklyn. You know what I mean? The Bed-Stuy area is it's large. It's like, over I don't know how many fucking blocks. Biggie's from Bed-Stuy, but he's not from the same part of Bed-Stuy that Jay-Z is from. You know what I mean? Or Brooklyn is big. You know what I mean? It's probably the biggest borough.
I like how
you must have met Biggie and Jay.
Nah, I never met him though.
But I like how he explain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm liking how he explained this. This is what I'm saying, Rock, because people always stereotype Brooklyn and Harlem or wherever, and they don't really know the details what he just explained. I want that clarified because Brooklyn's like a city itself, like how we say Toronto. But
it's parts of Brooklyn that I've never been to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like right now at 45, I'll be like, oh shit, I never been over here before. What fucking part is this? Like, it's crazy.
See, it's a city itself.
And I be moving, so, but it's always, that shit is big.
But yo, you have a resume of you have a resume of albums. I can't
20 albums deep, 20 albums in right now.
We're talking to the definition, Rock. You know how I always say it, the definition of a MC.
Yeah, respect, man.
Like Ruste Juxx goes back to when I was in high school. When I was in high school,
what he's trying to explain right now is real hip hop. Hip hop. And then don't get me wrong, no disrespect to nowadays and all of that, but I'm an old school head, and bars is my thing. Bars from bars, and you do bars.
But it's the longevity. It's the longevity what I really respect because. From coming up, Duck Down and Boot Camp, we're listening to that in high school from like 93, 92. And to know that you're from that whole family and you're still here, that's a definition of like a MC, a real artist.
Yeah.
Like it's 2023. And when did you start? How long ago? Like what was the first year you started?
Yeah, I'm just glad that I got a strong fan base that been rocking with me since then. You know what I mean? And I keep getting new fans. You know what I'm saying? So that's what just keep everybody floating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but I started my first appearance on an official hip hop album was 1998. Was on Helter Skelter's second album, which was Magnum Force. That's when but I was putting out music. I've been putting out music before then, like singles and you know what I mean. I had my vinyls and everything and shit. But this was my first one on a with artists that was on a label. You know what I mean? That was signed officially.
Yeah.
Mind me asking, how are you affiliated with the Boot Camp family?
I'm not even affiliated. I'm the 9th member of Boot Camp Clique, man.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I meant.
But look, this is but I understand because Boot Camp Clique was Boot Camp Clique before Ruste Juxx. You know what I'm saying? But that's been my family since 96, 97. You know what I mean? And I've been with the camp. That's my family. You know what I mean? I'm the 9th member. You know what I mean?
I know.
So that's my brothers for real. All my big bros, man. Word.
Yeah,
and we got a new Boot Camp record out, getting ready to drop now. You know what I mean? With all eight of us. You know what I mean? So
wow, I'm looking forward to that.
Minus Sean P, man. Word.
For sure.
Well, you just spoke of the legend, the great Sean P. Your relation with Sean P, was he the brother who discovered you, to
this
link
is
up with
how it happened. This is how it happened. I was doing my thing. I had a manager, and my manager, so-called, he turned out he's family with Rock. He's Rock's cousin.
Oh.
You know what I mean? This is my man Errol Mack. He's still my man to this day. So he I was doing singles and shows and different shit like that, and he was like, yo, I'm Helter Skelter, you know what I mean? They working on their second album. I want to introduce you to them, see if you could do some songs with them or, whatever. So he brought Sean Price around to my block on Kingston and Crown Heights. And, you know what I mean? And as soon as he brought him through, you know what I mean? He got out, I spit for him, and it was a rap after that. You know what I'm saying? So then I started traveling to Brownsville, riding over there to where they was at. In they hood, and then I was going to the studio with them, seeing how they did the whole process, how they would book sessions for like 12 hours, you know what I mean, and knock the album out. And then I got on the joint. I got on the title track, which was Magnum Force, and another song called Gangs All Here.
Man, that's one of my favorite albums, Magnum Force.
Yeah. And so, ever since then, it was on.
How was it being involved with Magnum Force? Why I asked this question?
That album is serious, man. I seen the whole process, man.
I've been that album like it's no tomorrow.
I know that.
I'm telling you this. My brother, maybe not, but me.
No, I've been rocking it, but I know that it was a religious with him, man. Trust me. Boot Camp Clique, Buckshot, everything.
Yeah, man. That album was serious.
In fact, Buckshot is one of my favorite MCs.
It is his favorite MC.
Like one of my top in the 5 MCs for me.
You said it was your number one. Yeah. You said it was your number one.
Yeah, well, all I gotta say, he's one of the greatest for me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this hip hop culture, when Buck
came in, he changed the game for real, man. As he came in with Black Moon, and that shit blew. I was already hooked, and then Smith and Wesson came, and then you know what I mean, and then Helter Skelter. It was just like and OGC, shit was crazy, man. He started that whole movement, man. That's the founder.
Well,
it's so strong.
After this interview, I could get a hold of Buck. You know what I mean? For sure. You know what I'm saying?
Buck he's not unreachable, man. He's a good dude, man.
I know. He's solid. He's down to earth, brother. For
sure. He's so influential, Duck Down and Boot Camp, that even Tupac had to recognize. Tupac, the legend, himself.
Yep.
Real recognize real, man. Word.
In fact, y'all did a One Nation album with Pac.
I wasn't there with them when they was doing that. That was So but they definitely did that. They was gonna do the One Nation album with him. Yeah.
So speaking on your resume now, like your first album, that experience, like tell us a little bit of like actually getting to go to the studio, coming from where you're from, like, you know, professional studio and putting it out, you know, in the industry. Your first album.
Well, my first album?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, the first album I had, that was Indestructible. I dropped 2008, and I had done albums. Did albums my whole life. You know what I mean? And I had different deals where I had a whole project ready and it never dropped. You know what I mean? So it wasn't nothing new. But when I got this opportunity, Sean just came to me and was like, "Yo, I spoke to Buck and Drew. We're gonna put a project out on you." And I was like, "Oh shit, hell yeah!" Matter of fact, Buckshot spoke to me first about it because Sean had spoke to him. Okay. And when he said that shit, I was like, "Yo!" And this was the MySpace era, so I was on MySpace because I had, you know, I got my fan base from shit that I was doing and shit that I was doing with Boot Camp. And so I just hollered, "Yo, send me some beats." Motherfuckers were sending me beats from all countries and shit like. And I put that fucking album together, man. And you know what I mean? And Sean P he put the stamp on it. The album was titled Sean Price Presents Ruste Juxx Indestructible. You know what I mean? And so that just let everybody know that he was behind it. And you know what I mean? After that shit, it was blasting off after that.
It's interesting you brought up MySpace and all of that. How do you feel how the industry is nowadays? How things have turned from CDs to streaming and all? Because you're from that old school era. You know what I mean?
Yeah. From the beginning.
Transition. You know what I mean? You've seen the transition. Like, how is it for you right now? Like, I
love it. I love it, man. I just move with the motherfucking times. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Word, man. I love it, man, because you get money online.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, you just got to know the hustles. There's a whole bunch of ways to get money with hip hop. You know what I mean? So
it's different for him.
You just push this shit, man. Somebody could just drop a fucking freestyle today and go viral, and next thing you know, they got a deal or whatever the fuck. Anything can happen, you know what I mean? So you got access to millions of people to see your shit.
You know what though?
You just need the money to push it.
But for you, Rusty, it's actually even better because you already developed yourself from before this whole streaming came.
Right.
So you already have
you made a name for yourself before the streaming anyway.
What I'm saying is you already have the supporters and the fans, so it's not compared to a new person. They're not making as much.
It's still I still had to do it though. If I didn't do it, I built my fan base online though, from Instagram to Facebook to Twitter.
Right.
If I wasn't online doing it, I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing right now.
What you mean?
I never had a manager since my first manager that introduced me to Sean, and
but you saying
I do everything myself. I don't have a label behind me. You know what I mean?
Well, you're saying to stay relevant, but before that, before all of this social media thing, you was out before this social media thing.
No. His first album was 2008, and that's when social media was really starting the MySpace. So he said he started off of social media. So I see what he's saying there, like. He before all of this.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is that I've always been like, even before the social media, I was hustling my shit, and then when this came, I still had to hustle and bring it up too, because people forget real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's why I dropped so many albums consistently, because you gotta stay in ears, and even if it's not my projects, I'm featuring on a million songs. So I'm on that mixtape. I'm on this album. I'm on that album. So. You know what I mean? I still got to do it. It's never nothing easy. That's what I'm just trying to say. That's why they call me the James Brown of the underground.
Yeah, that's one of the latest. That was your one of your latest albums, right?
Yeah.
James Brown of the underground. So I'm gonna ask you, like, where'd that come from? That inspiration, James Brown samples.
Actually, a fan said that shit on one of my posts, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that shit sound dope. So I ran with it, and I titled my next album that. You know what I mean? Word.
I'm gonna ask you, when did you fall in love with like hip hop, the culture, the first time? Like,
I fell in love with hip hop truthfully around 4 or 5 years old, man. When my uncle gave me a fucking tape of songs that he just recorded off the radio, because you know it would be DJ Red Alert on Kiss FM, and then Chuck Chill Out on BLS, and he just recorded, you know, all the songs that was coming on. And, you know, I fell in love with that tape, man. It was so many fucking classics on there. I was like, yo, this shit is beautiful, man. Word. And then when you go outside, it's all in the atmosphere. Look, I'm born in 78. So by 85, I don't know, hip hop was already blowing up at that time. You know what I mean? By the time I'm 7 years old and 85, you know what I mean? Like, so that shit was in the atmosphere, man. Motherfuckers with the boom boxes. Everybody, hip hop it wasn't just the rapping. It was the clothes. It was the graffiti.
Culture,
everybody, any store in my neighborhood. Once that gate was down, it was graffiti. You know, it was nothing clean. Every train, in any train station, all the trains. If you seen a clean train, you'd be like, "Yo, tomorrow that shit gonna be done." Like, you know what I mean? They gonna somebody gonna write a masterpiece on that shit. This hip hop is serious, man.
Now that we're speaking of hip hop, what do you think about this 50 years, anniversary celebration? More people are showing more attention and respect, celebration. Like, what do you feel about it? Like,
I love it, man. And we we always gotta pay homage to the greats and motherfuckers that thought that this shit wasn't even gonna last a week. And look where we at. Yep. You can't sell hip hop be selling everything.
That's right.
You understand how many companies that use hip hop on an ad or commercial? Like, come on, man, this shit's serious. This is a continuing growing genre. You know what I mean?
Level.
Yeah.
Do you feel like hip hop has gotten so big that it created subgenres right now, right?
Right, exactly.
So in New York right now, controversial part is this drill. The drill music, which it's not originally from there. It's from whatever they say, Chicago. It went to, England, back, Brooklyn, Bronx. Like what do you think of like the music? And right now, like I'm seeing politicians talking against it, like how they talked against, hip hop. Like it's still hip hop to me. Like,
yo, to me, I don't. I understand the term drill music and shit, but it's still the same street music that I've been growing up listening to. Like when I was a teenager, it was street shit like that. I mean, we had Mobb Deep, we had Onyx, we got Wu-Tang, got a whole bunch of artists like that. So I mean, what's gonna change? It's bigger than just hip hop. Like shit gotta be changed in the city, in the whole neighborhood. You know what I mean? So like before then the music won't come out like that, because this is what's this is the life that's going on around them. This is what they live in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't when you change their conditions, then the music could change.
It's true.
Yeah, right. Simple as that, man. Like,
you know what?
If they wasn't living, if shit wasn't going on like that, they wouldn't be talking about that in the music, because you can't. Where they getting it from?
You're right. And then now the politicians, they see they're making money from it. These young, let's straight up black men, let's shut them down.
They don't try to put that shit. This shit ain't about hip hop, man. Motherfuckers was gangsters in the street before hip hop. Yep. That's why motherfuckers was rapping about it, you know what I mean? Because they seeing all the gangsters and shit. That shit was going on without the music. If hip hop would have stopped, it would have still been that street shit going on.
So, what do you think about New York now? Ever since, I would say like Biggie and Tupac, that whole era, New York, even LA has been like, it's still been artists coming out, but quiet compared to Atlanta. What do you think that happened? Like New York kind of just took a back seat to Atlanta and LA too. They took a back seat.
I don't think we took a back seat to anywhere, but because it's still a whole bunch of dope fucking artists out here, man. And
of course,
put out great music. But when hip hop is just moves over here. We can't stay still. It got to move around. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love it. I want to hear. I never knew what St. Louis streets was until, what was going on until Nelly came out. You know what I mean? I didn't know about Houston until Scarface really put it out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I want to see that shit. You know what I mean? It's just moving. You know what I mean? I don't think we took a back seat, man, because we always got a lot of dope up and coming artists and the legends from here still doing their thing. So
No, of course, you know what, but that's what a lot of people been saying for like the last 20 years or so, like Atlanta, right? And Atlanta has a lot of artists, but that's
Yeah,
what the
yeah. I love
industry's.
Atlanta, man. All I love, yo, from T.I. to fucking to Luda to Gucci to the list goes on, man. It's like a lot of you know, Jeezy, everybody.
Yeah.
Shit crazy, especially Outkast. You know what I mean?
That's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite groups.
Word. I
Hmm.
love it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm not see like there's always gonna be great artists coming out of New York or LA. I'm just saying like how the industry focused on one part because it's like I'm saying like from New York I think there's a resurgence. The industry wants to now go back to where like it came from. Like
Hmm.
you see the Davies now you see them pumping what's her name Scarlett. I'm hearing about the Scarlett
Yeah, I
lady.
love Scarlett, man. I really love her. I love her movement, man. I'm behind
Hard.
her 100%.
Yeah,
Word.
that and it's coming all the way over here. We're hearing about, I'm
Yeah,
hearing about her. I'm seeing her. So I see she's the next big thing. I'm just gonna put it out, next big thing. And
yep,
New York had Cardi B, look on it. They had Nicki Minaj, right?
yeah.
People just don't look on it like that, but really, I'm just saying,
How
New York's
how
still there.
how was your trip in Toronto here when you came down?
Toronto was dope, man. Like every time I've been to Toronto, I've been out there
Mhm.
a few times, man. It's
Yeah.
always love the reception from the crowd. You know, just being in there, just being in Toronto. You know what I mean? The shit is nice, man.
See,
Always a
Mhm.
good time, man. Word.
don't know,
Respect.
man.
Yeah. What do you think? Wait, have you checked any of the talent down here, like the artists? Like, do you know
I
a
did
little bit of?
songs with a lot of rappers from Canada, period, but in Toronto too. Damn, I just can't think of who. Um, damn. I just can't think of the names of the artists and shit right
It's
now.
just
Off top.
Okay.
it's interesting to know because
Yeah.
there's like two sides down here, like the certain levels, the ones who are more promoted, and then there's the
Right. Yeah,
the
yeah,
Yeah.
real
yeah, yeah, yeah.
underground,
Yeah.
Hmm.
right? So it's just like
That's everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's true. But really
Yeah.
here it's like yeah, that's everywhere. But it's just interesting to know who like you heard of down here, like any
Oh
of the
yeah, man. Damn, man, I can't think of because I know certain artists. Yo, one time I was in Canada, right, and I got a fucking This was when it was VHS tapes. It was years ago, and it was
oh,
a tape called Cricket Films.
Okay.
And on it had artists from all over Canada. Like, every time a video came up with this rap, it'd be like Montreal. Like, it was taking
mhm.
you from all parts, you know what I'm saying? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit. I heard this artist named JB. Y'all know about JB?
JB. Yeah, I heard of JB,
He,
yeah.
he had he had a video like in the project, and he'd be like, "What you need? Tell me what you need." Some shit like that.
Hmm.
Yo, that's when I really got to see how all the music scene was over there, man. I was like, "Yo, this shit is dope, yo."
But
Yeah, because
it's all thanks to y'all, right? You know that we've been we're students. I'm not faking the funk. My
don't
brother
fake the
knows.
funk.
I don't fake the funk. On the real, we are students of you
Mhm.
guys over there. We
Right,
watch
right,
the culture like this. You know what I'm
right.
People don't
saying?
want to admit it. I
Yeah,
know some people be
A
mad
lot
with
of us here don't admit it. You know what I mean?
I
I'm
admit
not
it.
faking the funk. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Straight up.
yeah, man.
Because you know why I'm
Yeah,
saying this? A lot of us down here are trying to rap like Americans.
No, but Leo,
right.
yo, let's tell him some of the history now. Like
Go
the
on.
leg,
Go
okay,
on, Sean.
our legend, like Rakim. You see how you say Rakim, right?
Mhm.
There's a man named Maestro, and you'll hear this
Maestro
Maestro
Fresh
Fresh
West.
West. But he left and went to America. He went and linked up with Showbiz and
Mhm.
AG. Showbiz and AG. You probably heard of them. So
Of
he
course,
was an
yeah.
early.
AG, my brother. Hell yeah.
So Maestro from here left here in the 80s, about 87 or maybe 86, maybe 87, and he left here. The point is he left here and he went to America and he
He's one
got
of the
help
pioneers of
and he linked
Canadian hip hop.
but he linked with those guys, right? So not too
Yeah,
much people are doing that now. He's ahead of the time. People now are not
yeah.
doing that as much as what he did and certain others. There's others. So I'm
Right,
just
right.
saying
Well, I definitely know. Crumb Snatcher did that shit too.
I heard of Crumb Snatcher. Yeah.
Yeah, he from Canada.
You know what? He's promoted as an American artist. I don't even
Crumb
know him as
Snatcher? Ain't he from Canada? Nah, he from Canada, man. He did shit with Def Squad and all that. He got a lot of joints, man.
You see that? You're educating me right now.
I wish I had my other phone so I could see what part of Canada he's from.
I heard of the name. Rock. He said Crumb Snatcher. I heard of the name. I didn't know he was Canadian. Because certain hip hop artists, you might just say they might connect with you from here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times they might not even be from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Or like Marco Polo.
Yeah, Marco Polo. He's from Toronto. He's a producer.
From Toronto,
Perfect example. He left a long time ago.
Yeah. My second album was with Marco Polo, The Execution.
And Snow Goons is from here too, if you know of them. I think they produce for Onyx a lot.
Right.
Snow Goons.
Yep. I got an EP with 9 right now, produced by the Snow Goons. We getting ready to drop that soon.
You see that? And they're from here. But how much? Yeah. A lot of the locals still don't know some of these guys. Like they forgot. Like they're from here. Yeah. You think that they're from America.
Mm-hmm. I know they're from over here though.
You see, but that's how people thought of Tory. They thought he was American at first.
Tory Lanez, free Tory, man.
Right.
Free Tory. Right?
Yeah, man, that's it.
Yeah. And that's how you blow up. Drake had to do it too. Everyone. People have to follow the blueprint.
Right.
Drake had to do the same thing. Leave.
Yeah.
The only way.
Definitely, man. But man, a lot of y'all American artists are coming here this summer.
Oh yeah. Take over.
Right.
Take over.
Y'all are gonna take over this whole summer here, man.
Yeah,
man. The amount of artists who are coming here for concerts, man. It's not even funny.
Dope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, me, Roll Flush, and Illa G was just out there, man. We had a ball, yo. Shit was really dope.
And you came.
We hit Montreal, Belleville, and then Toronto.
Okay.
And you came near the what's called, I'd say, before even summer.
It was nice. It was breezy though. I had to have a jacket and shit, but we was alright.
But now the weather's getting a lot better now.
Your next visit to Canada coming like July and August, the best times with all the festivals and shit.
These times,
all the festivals, people come here
going on in
perform.
Toronto around them times.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Tons.
So, yo, you like basketball? It's crazy because I'm saying New York. I know you're from New York.
I'm not a big sports fan. I'm more like boxing and UFC and shit.
Okay, boxing. I know boxing. So boxing. Who's your favorite boxer of all time? I know you're gonna say
of all time. Now I'm not gonna say the same shit everybody would say. I know what you think I would say, but I ain't saying that. I would say, damn man, I would have to say either Muhammad Ali or fucking or motherfucking Floyd too, man. I can't throw out Floyd, man. Floyd.
I know you're gonna say Muhammad Ali. Nah,
I thought you thought I was gonna say Mike Tyson, but I wasn't gonna say No, because of the Brooklyn thing. I thought you was gonna think I was gonna say that. But right now, motherfucking Devin Haney, Tank. Yo, they two of the illest out there, man. Word.
Who's the heavyweight champion though? The heavyweight?
I forgot who the fucking heavyweight champion is right now.
Okay, you see?
I'm watching more of the fucking lightweight and So who's the heavyweight champion right now? I don't even know.
You know who? The mystery for the last couple of years.
I don't know.
But I think the English guy, correct me if I'm wrong, he won it back. He's from England. Black English guy. He lost it to the Spanish guy.
I fucking forgot after after the Wilder what's the name fight.
You see?
Forgot who had the belt after that. That's why the last heavyweight fight I watched.
That's why the UFC took over. Because the heavyweights disappeared.
Yeah.
UFC took over the whole fighting industry, if you look on it, like boxing's there, but popularity, it's all the UFC I see. They're
Shit, that shit, them knockouts bring in way more fans. When you see clips of them shits, a kick to the face, back.
So, yo, what do you think about the
Everybody
mixture?
wanna see that.
They're mixing hip hop now with that. I think that's perfect combination.
Yeah, man. Devin Haney came out to my music on his last fight in Australia, man. Word. Serious. And for when they was promoting the latest fight with Tank Davis and Garcia, like on a Showtime, what is it called? I forgot what it was called, but anyway, the Showtime something. Damn, I forgot the name of it. But anyway, they played my music right on the right after they spoke about the fight. My song came up like yo, that's big. That's word, big. Man. I got fucking wrestlers coming out to my shit, man. If you watch WWE now, the NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes, his intro music was Ruste Juxx.
Wow.
Word. That's serious for me, like, cause I'm a big wrestling fan from when I was little, man. I love wrestling. Yeah. So now to see that, you know what I mean, he coming out to my shit, that shit was crazy.
So who's your favorite? Who's some of your favorite wrestlers then? Interesting to know.
Well, from back then, I don't watch it now, but I mean, when I grew up, it was always Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. The Legion of Doom. You know, the Road Warriors. What was the other tag team? The Steiner Brothers. Yeah. I fucked with them, the hardcore, you know what I mean? The Roddy Piper, you know what I mean? That type of shit. Word.
So, yo, I know the cannabis is legalized in New York recently, everywhere, right? I don't know if you're a connoisseur, but like, how is it now in New York? Because, you know, they were tight before. I used to hear the stories.
This shit was tight to like a few months ago. That's, you know what I mean, when that shit started. No, I'm just saying, not literally months, but like since they legalized it, it was fucking crazy, man. Because we was the last to get this shit, and it should have been like that from the beginning. You get locked up. You was getting locked up for a fucking roach. They dropped that shit in a big ass envelope, like some evidence, and lock your ass up.
This our roach.
Damn.
We you know how many times I've been arrested for marijuana possession? Like, come on, man.
Shit.
It's retarded.
That's what Rose wanted to talk about the other day. Yeah, it's crazy because a lot of black men.
Now, you know, I go to Amsterdam and I be like, oh shit, like it's so legal. You got to ask a cop for a fucking light. You know what I mean? And I remember when I first was going over there, getting used to it, I still was like, yo, you sure? Because being from New York, you know what I mean? Word. So now it's like that. I got a dispensary right around the fucking corner from me now. So
oh, shit. See that? So, but I'm gonna ask you this because a lot of people don't maybe even know to ask this question. Hip hop has influenced the cannabis industry. Do you think, like, without hip hop, even black music, just to be straight up, has influenced the cannabis industry? What do you think about that? Like, do you think we should try to like kind of benefit more off of like the industry because we don't see ourselves really?
We need to benefit off a whole lot of shit that people eat off of us, with not even just this.
Music,
the list is too motherfucking long with shit, man. But hell yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we definitely need to.
Look at all the songs.
We always the consumers, man.
Yeah, it's true.
And we create the culture.
Yeah,
consumers.
Yep. Look how much cannabis songs, weed songs there is.
It's just like with hip hop. It's just like with hip hop, man. We create this shit, and then we get a deal, and they give us a percentage, like, and they getting rich off of the shit we created. Like that shit, all that shit is backwards.
That's crazy.
Word. I got a weed song called Machine Gun Skunk from my first album. That shit is like 1 million something streams on Spotify. And you know, it's dope that people hearing it all over, but that, like Snoop was saying, I got all them streams, but where the money at from that shit? You know what I mean?
So yo, I'm gonna ask you this: if you could be a superhero with any power, what would be your favorite superpower?
I would definitely well, I would have to be indestructible, first of all. You know what I mean? And then I think it would probably be just like mind control. You know what I mean? Like the motherfuckers that control motherfuckers, you know, motherfuckers thinkers, they the like the strongest ones. You know what I mean? Because you could be the Hulk. And then I just look at you and shit like, bam, and control your whole shit. You fucked up.
Yo, didn't our last guest say that? Our last guest
guest said that too. Telekinesis kind of.
Oh thing. Yeah, telekinesis, man. Like that shit is powerful.
Professor X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that type of shit. Sure. But you gotta be strong too, because I hate them superheroes. I hate them superheroes that they use their power and then they fucking fall out or they get the bloody nose. Like get the fuck out of here with that shit. Then you ain't. I gotta be powerful at the same time. You know what I mean?
So like what are you saying, Rap?
I wanted to know, just as always, like you always ask, Sean, I would love to know who's his top 6 of hip hop.
Yo, every time I get this question, I tell you, man, I don't have a top 6, man, because y'all been listening to hip hop too long. I got too many fucking favorite artists, man. I probably got a top 20. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's so many, man. And then I'll fucking be like, later on, I'll be like, damn, I forgot to say such and such.
I could bet.
Because I got favorite artists from every era. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's just too much.
Yeah,
way too much.
To say 5 is disrespectful to everybody else. Everybody else fucking with, you know.
That is so true.
Shit, crazy.
That is so true, man. That is so true, for sure. But man,
from the '80s, I would say Kane, Rakim, the rest.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
And the '90s would definitely be Nas, Biggie, and Jay and fucking Grand Puba. I mean, Grand Puba from the '80s, man. Like, I got so many, man. So many fucking artists, man.
You probably just pop archive.
Yeah, some master MCs right there. Because I know you want to see Big L too. Big L's in there.
Big L, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's shit that you think of, you be like, damn.
It's just too
many. Big Pun.
Definitely. A fucking monster, man.
Yeah.
People leave out Old Dirty Bastard. You gotta put him in there because he created a style where people are trying to do right now.
Well, another favorite of mine, R.I.P. to him, is Guru. Guru from Gang.
Oh man, yo, listen. Gangstar, I told mad people that's my favorite group, man. That's why I do my one MC, one producer albums. You know what I mean? Because I love that formula. You know what I mean? Like, and they perfect for each other with his melatonin style, like how you say. And then Primo beats, that shit.
Oh yeah, everybody wants a Primo beat. Everybody wants a Primo beat.
A lot of producers do they hooks and they beats just like him. It gets to the hook, and who was doing that shit before? Putting a scratch hook with making this shit rhyme with this shit. He'd be like, yo, it's going down. It's the king of the crowd. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. That was some ill shit.
Hip hop, man. Hip hop.
Exactly.
So you talk about producer and the MC. Do you feel that that's not really something a lot of people concentrate on anymore? It's like, you know,
some people do it. Some people do it, and it's dope when you got multiple producers and shit. But I do it like that because I like to deal with one producer, you know, through the whole project, you know, just with that me and him vibing, you know what I mean? And on the business side, it's a clear check. It's me and him. You know what I mean? Ain't no pay. And, you know, this shit is just easier, man. Word.
Yo, do you feel that hip hop needs
with multiple producers though, so that's cool too.
Do you feel hip hop needs to bring back some more groups? Because there is no groups really, honestly. Like some new, like you know.
I mean, it's probably groups that's fucking dope and we don't even fucking know about them, man. Like,
you're right.
You know what? I fuck with what they called Coast Contra. Them, they fucking. You heard of them?
No, where they from?
Yo, I think 2 of them is Razzcast sons.
Oh, for real?
Yo, y'all gotta look them up, man. Listen, man, you looking for a fucking group? I think it's like 3 or 4 of them. Yo, they style is crazy.
What? I gotta check this out.
All of them got monster bars, like, and then they the way they animate it, and with the you know how they be like, you know, saying each other ad libs and shit. Crazy. I think they call
check this out.
Coach Contra. Trust me.
Yeah, check this out.
You're gonna
That's
be like, yo, they get busy. Yeah, and then two of them, I think it's either one or two of them that's Razzcast sons, man. So you know, it comes from greatness already.
Yeah, that's
DNA.
I gotta check that out, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So what's next for Rusty, man? Like,
man.
like what's next on your plate?
Me and Rock got a new album, and this album is called Crownsville. So you know it's Crown Heights in Brownsville, and this shit is crazy, man. The fans don't even know they fucking need this shit. You know what I mean? The title of the album came from me and Sean. We was gonna do it, and I brought it up to Rock one time, and he was like, "Yo, I'm still here," and I was like, "Hell yeah!" Then so we knocked it out. And we got it's in mix and mastering right now. This is crazy.
Just
man.
The COVID, I saw Rock perform at the beer festival here before the COVID at the beer festival.
Okay.
Rocking the stage, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I've seen a little doc he had on himself, and it was interesting, his story. That I'm just gonna leave it like this. You see, like Jay-Z, as big as Jay-Z is, right? That's it's no different. It's just business. Like, I mean, could have been that's what I'm saying. Like,
yo, Rock is one of the illest MCs on the planet, man.
Yeah,
like seriously, like,
everybody in New York knew who he is.
If you listen to every fucking line, I catch, I know how to catch shit. I'll be like, well, shit don't get past me. It's some shit that he said that got past me, and I was like, oh shit. I remember one time I said to him, I was like, yo, I didn't know you was saying this. I just caught that. And then he was like, yeah, but did you hear this line? And another part of the song, I was like, oh, yo, like, he crazy, man, crazy.
But it's true. What I'm saying, like the time when boot camp was like.
Wait, hold on. I don't want to cut you off. I want to give you an example, right?
Right.
We and him got a song. We got a song called Sean VSOP, right? This dedication. It's on the James Brown of the Underground, right?
I heard.
Yeah.
So the song. So on the song on the beginning of his verse, he say, "I don't usually drink, dog, but tonight is VSOP because I'm just visualizing and speaking on P." And I didn't know. I heard it because I'm like, all right, that shit is dope. But I didn't know the VSOP part, visualizing, speaking on P. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, like, and oh man, like it's he went on and on with it like that. But just that part was like, he's one of the fucking illest, man. I'm telling you.
No, he is the illest because what I'm saying, this might be like an urban legend. When boot camp was really bringing it so much in New York, like just say all New York, right? He was influential as an MC all through the atmosphere, through
right.
Like other people were trying to do his type, you know.
Yeah, the cadence, the flow, the voice. Yeah,
but no one's gonna give him that No one gave him that recognition, but I seen it when I seen that document. It was a doc he had, and they were saying, I remember now. If you remember when boot camp and all them came out, people knew New York for that because we were listening to boot camp ourselves a lot.
Yeah, that was New York. When you see, I mean, that was Brooklyn with the Fatigues. Like that shit went world fucking wide.
That's what we were.
I had every color fatigue because of that shit. I had the gray and black and white. I had the all green. I had the fatigue green, the all blue, the fucking blue, white, and black. All of them shits. You know what I mean? Like that was the attire. You know what I mean? The hoodie, the fatigues, and the Timbs. That was boot camp.
No, that was boot camp, and he was the biggest one I seen out of them. I say, this man's
He's right. He's 6'5".
He's tall.
He's 6'5", and I think Sean's 6'3".
Shoot.
Word.
Too tall. Too tall, man.
So people, to me, I'm giving all of boot camp, the whole family, flowers because I don't think enough people need to see that.
They put their stamp in the culture of hip hop.
Still are.
And they've been doing it since day one.
Look, Ras Fresco from here, he went all the way to New York to be, and he was once with Duck Down, Ras Fresco.
Yeah, Ras Fresco.
He worked with that. He's an artist from here.
I know the name.
Yeah, he stayed down there for a little bit, I think. Now he's back. But yeah, he's a great artist too, a great MC too from up here. One of the greatest, right? But he's young too. He's considered young still though. He's still a young artist. But yeah, what I'm saying, that's the influence. You see the influence?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, man.
Like I said,
Joey Badass, a lot of the young dudes fuck with Duck Down, man. Like Joey Badass, when it come up, they was always rocking with Buck. And even Young and May, like everybody fuck with Duck Down, man.
Even 50. Man. 50 done I think I know 50 done something with Smith and Wesson.
Right.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang keeps going.
Yeah.
Everybody be working with, man. It must be crazy being up in the Duck Down studios and all of that, man. So many people coming through and all of that, bro.
Nah, I mean, it's no Duck Down studios.
There's no Duck Down studios.
No, I meant like D&D.
Oh yeah. When D&D was out, oh hell yeah. That was man. That's when I think that's the first time I saw Kid Capri. First time I met Primo. I was like, yo, this shit was like, yo, legendary shit. You know what I mean? I recorded my first single with Duck Down called "Live the Life," and it was on. That was the first song I ever got paid for. You know what I mean? All thanks to Sean P. The first, you know what I mean? I had recorded it before, but then I re-recorded it to put it on the Duck Down Presents mixtape they had, album. And I recorded that on my birthday, January 20th, when I turned 20 years old. So I'll never forget that.
1999, right?
What year was that, man? I forgot what fucking year it was, but yeah, I think that's when it dropped, 99. Yeah.
It was a whole mix, like a mix kind of CD kind of thing.
Yeah, it had the Duck Down character on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that CD. I spin like crazy.
Yo, so you gotta know that song "Live the Life," man. And Sean P, he give me the dope intro. He's like, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right.
And then after I bodied it, I went straight through. Then he come in on the end. He be like, he's like, people way is going down, right? I'll be the Russ. That's my man Russ from Crown Heights. Sound tight like when the pound strike the clown type. And then he be like,
that's right.
That shit set it off for me right there, man. Just him, he didn't. And he was like, yo, I ain't even want to really do, you know what I mean? That's you did your thing right there. He said that on the record.
That mix of a CD up to this day is crazy. If anybody haven't heard it.
Yeah, that album is crazy, man.
It's ill.
Yeah, man. It's a hip-hop adventure, trust me. Like I'm saying, I
recorded that one in D&D, man, so that shit was dope.
That's a classic.
Yo, right now, like I'm saying, this is a MC people are looking at. Over 20 albums. Like this is like a library. Like there's no. You want to listen to hip hop and chill? Listen to Ruste Juxx.
Trust me.
Man. On the real,
I got some shit for you, man.
I consider you as a veteran, man. You're a veteran, brother. You're a veteran in this game, man. You're a veteran.
Still young though. Veteran and young still.
Don't matter. He's a veteran in this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Straight up goods, man. Because it's over 20 years. Once you're over 20 years, you're a veteran in this.
Yeah, and you still relevant. You're
still relevant. Yeah, you're a veteran.
I'm gonna go down make some people here like example of an MC. I can't say all of them. I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna just put that down the list. Indestructible, 2008, right? The Execution, 2010 with Marco Polo. Adamantium, 2010. Hard Body Hip Hop, 2012 with Kaya Atachi. VIC 2012 with The Archetype. I don't know if I said his name right.
Yep.
Ready to Juxx 2013 with VS the best.
VS the best.
Yeah, VS the best. Death by Stereo 2016 with Beat Bruisers and Pause 1, right? Meteorite 2016 with Kyle Atachi.
Right.
International Juxx 2017. Jake and Juxx Man 2018 with Jake Palumbo.
Yeah.
King of Crime Heights 2018 with Raticus.
Radicus, yeah.
Radicus.
You got it. Radicus.
Magma 2019 with Tone Spliff. Culturally Rich 2019. Sulfuric Acid 2020 with Zealot of FWM.
Yeah.
James Brown of the Underground 2020 with
2020.
Amadeus 360, The Beat
Yeah.
King. And mixtapes, he has them: Reign of Destruction 2005, EPs, Black Sunrise 2015 with Omen 44 of Nordwick.
Yeah,
Man,
that was
I
an
just
EP.
I went down a list. I know
Get
there's
all
more.
of them.
Homie.
It's
There's
more in
still
there.
more.
I got
Want me go? You want me go? I
I
can
got
keep
Culturally
going.
Rich in 2020
Yeah, I said that
with Big
culturally
Ball.
rich.
I got three albums in 2020. Word.
A lot, man. And then
Yeah, but man.
a little history guest appearance: Helter Skelter, Magnum Force, the Magnum Force 1998 representatives, Lessons to Learn from Angels of Death 1999, Sean Price, Smith and Wesson, and Slap Boxing from Monkey Bars 2005, Sean Price, Cardiac from Jesus Price,
Right.
Superstar 2007, Helter Skelter, So Damn Tough from the DIRT,
The third album.
Incredible Rap Team 2008, Sean Price, Shining Armor from Mike Tyson 2012,
Mike Tyson.
Terminology, Get Off the Ground, DJ Premier Mix from Term Brady EP 2015, Sean Price in his Apex from the Imperious Rex 2017.
Shit crazy, yeah.
You guys hear this universe?
Pure work.
Yeah.
MC, that's all I gotta see. This is loyalty for the hip hop industry.
Yeah, man. And all of them
Straight up.
This is dope, man. Everyone.
Sharp MC, right? It's culture, man. I gotta say much respect for coming on the Down to Earth, brother. It was like, you know, an honor.
Man. Word.
It's an honor, trust me.
Definitely,
this is like
definitely
a real
sure.
MC for the culture. A library of albums. People,
man, the word ethic says it all. The list right there, then that's just some of it.
For your listening pleasure. For your listening pleasure, if you like the art of hip hop.
Exactly.
Juxx Diamonds.
Definitely,
much respect, brother.
For sure. But man, before we go, man, you can give a shout out for Down to Earth Podcast, my brother.
Yo, this Ruste Juxx, the king of the crown. World renowned, you ain't gotta ask around, you know what I'm saying? And I want to give a big shout out to, what's the name of this shit? My bad.
Down to Earth Podcast.
Hey, yo, it's Ruste Juxx, the king of the crown, world renowned, you ain't gotta ask around, and you listening to Down Your Earth Podcast, you know what I mean? With my brothers, salute.
No. Man, check him out on all his digital platforms, everybody. You don't know this is a real king of the whole culture. You don't know
Ruste Juxx.
Ruste Juxx. Boot Camp, click, duck down. You heard it first from the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide. Pop.
Respect, brother, respect.
Salute. We are ending the broadcast just now. Done know.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.